Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great webinar here on CPA Academy. My name is Chris, and I will be your webinar moderator for today. Today's class is titled How to Double Your Income and Cut Your Workload with High-Value Clients. Our presenter today is Salim Omar. Before getting started, folks, go to your questions box if you haven't already. Open that up, maybe you can see me, hear my voice, as well as see Salim's very first slide upon your screen. Also, in this questions area, please let me know where on earth you're located today. We'd love to know where it is coming to us. And I am seeing Tokyo, Nevada, Florida, New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Utah, Chicago, from all over the world. Welcome one and welcome all. Now, this questions box can be used in a couple of ways. If you have any questions for Salim, put them there. And time permitted, we will get to those questions. If you have any technical issues, put them there as well, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. Just please remember, there's one of me, and there are many of you. One other area of how today is going to be your CPE credit. The way you earn that is stay logged in for 15 minutes and answer 3 or 4 polling questions. Your credit will be processed today and will be available in your account within approximately 24 hours. Also, please download the handouts that have been made available to you. Salim, the attendees are ready, and the floor is all yours.
Oh my goodness, awesome. Chris, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. Let me turn my webcam on just to make it, to enhance the experience. Hopefully it enhances it. I'm super excited, not only because there's some good stuff we're going to be talking about, but it is Friday. It's 5 p.m. here on the East Coast. And my goodness, we got people from everywhere. San Diego, I see, and Texas, and LA, and Tokyo. Is it Japan? Wow, that's amazing. Utah, I'm floored. Thank you for joining me. The title of this webinar is How to Double Your Income and Cut Your Workload with High-Value Clients. And we are going to get right in it. It is Friday afternoon, and let's keep this light. When I say light, let's make it interactive. Let's have a dialogue. So use the questions pane to type your questions, to type and respond to a question that I may ask, and so forth. So we just kind of, enjoy our time together, keep it a two-way dialogue. So one of my questions I'm always curious to know is, what are you most excited to get out of today's training? So use the questions pane. Love to hear from you. Take a few seconds as I'm sharing as I proceed on with the other slides, take a few seconds and kind of share that one thing, the one thing that will really make it worthwhile for you to spend an hour with me. So please do that. Now, why is building a post-tax season plan important? We went through tax season and it's fresh in our memories. It's, the month of July, a couple of months later, a few months later. And, these are the months where you work on your practice, and having a post-tax season plan is important because you want to, you had most likely an amazing tax season where you brought in lots of cash, right? And you had a cash surplus, and you want to keep that cash surplus. So instead of going from a cash surplus to a cash deficit, you want to stay in that cash surplus mode. And here's the reason why I love the accounting business. It's MRR, monthly recurring revenues. When we have got accounting business clients, they provide a monthly recurring revenue. And that results in a cash surplus. You got that money coming in, month out. And here's something, you see an infographic that I've created and developed and used in my own practice. And I'll tell you a little bit about my background. But this has really served me well, and it has served those that I have mentored over the years. And the practice flow system is, that you there's this thing on the side, I need to move it, that thing, all right, cool. You don't focus on building the firm, but you focus on building and combining vital parts. And there are 3 vital parts. You see the first one, client flow. Client flow is a very vital part, right? You want to bring in the right type of clients, and we'll talk more about what that looks like in an accounting firm, in your firm. So client flow is one. And when you've got client flow and you've got the right types of clients signing up for your services, you've got a consistent flow of clients, as client flow, and you have team flow, you've got the right team in place, right? That common overlap, you see the word freedom. It gives you freedom because you're not the one behind the desk working those clients and providing them the service. So client flow and team flow, you've got freedom. It gives you the freedom to work on the things you want to work on, not necessarily compliance. And then when you've got client flow and you've got systems flow and things are running like a well-oiled machine, you've got documented systems and protocols and workflows, then it gives you the highest income because your practice is running very efficiently. So folks, do you see the word income, right? That's the overlap between client flow and systems flow is income. Now, when you've got then the third part, which is team flow and systems flow, when you've got that working in your practice, then you're making the biggest impact. The services, the compliance service is being delivered when it should be delivered in the way it needs to be delivered, and you're able to make an impact to your clients. You're able to make a difference for your clients by going that extra mile, helping them grow, helping them becoming more profitable, helping them with cash flow and so forth, right? So the practice flow system is three things: client flow, team flow, systems flow. And right there, the bullseye is you've got a firm that is in a state of practice flow. It's in a state of practice flow that provides you, the owner, with three things: the freedom to work when you want to work with the types of clients you want to work. It gives you the highest income, and it helps you make a difference with your clients. So there's going to be, folks, four polling questions that we're going to be asking, and one's coming up shortly. But really, a seven-figure, it doesn't have to be a seven-figure. More important, these days, talking to practice owners all day long, is that you want it to be a lifestyle practice. You want it to be a practice that allows you to live a life, your life, right? And one that's going to help you get the highest income, have the freedom, the work-life balance, and make a difference. So here's our first polling question. Chris is going to launch that.
All righty, folks, my pleasure. Polling question number one is on your screen now, and it is active. The practice flow system combines, and make your selections below that. This poll is active for 60 seconds. And Salim, to your question regarding what do people hope to get out of this, I got a lot of good answers here. Some people are just wanting to get clear direction. Some people are essentially here to learn how to work smarter, not harder. And some are looking to obtain more valuable business skills with clients. So we have a very sharp group here with us today.
Yeah, I see that. That's awesome. Thanks, folks. Appreciate it. Lysandra, Esmeraldo, Avinash, Cheyenne, Kimber, Edmund, appreciate all of you guys sharing. So keep that coming. Once you do the polling question, take a moment to answer the question. What's the one thing you'd like to get from our time together?
All righty, folks. I'm going to close this poll down in 3, 2, and 1. Closing out poll 1 here and sharing results quickly. 75% of the attendees are saying client growth, high-performing team, and streamlined operations. So back over to you.
Awesome. Great. And the correct answer is practice flow system combines client growth, client flow, high-performing team, and streamlined operation, right? The infographic that we talked about. Awesome. Great. Let's move on. So my goodness, there's a lot to cover in a short amount of time, about 15 more minutes. And I'm not going to read this out, but this is kind of what prompted you to probably attend this, some of the stuff that's here, attracting high value clients and how to do that well, how to reduce your workload and that. Very quickly about me. What's unique about me is that I own a practice just like you. It's called straighttalkcpas.com. You can go check it out. That's the URL. Put it right there for you. And so when I started my practice, I struggled with low value clients. LVC stands for low value clients. Cash flow is challenging, working long hours, and had a revolving door with my team. And for those early years, I struggled and I said, something's not right. I'm not doing it the right way, even though I had a credential, right? I'm a CPA, I've got a master's degree, but it just wasn't. And I'd worked in corporate America, I'd worked in public accounting and so forth, but I just didn't know how to run an accounting firm successfully. So I became a student of business, and I just started learning everything I could get my hands on. I created a lifestyle profitable practice. Accounting Today recognized me 10, 12 years back with a full cover story. And last year, 2022, I traveled the world for 7+ months, visited almost 20 countries in the world. And the reason I share that with you is my practice allowed me to do that. And the practice flow system, the infographic that I shared with you, that is what helped me, enabled me, client flow, team flow, systems flow, to do that. And basically what I do in addition to owning my own firm, accounting firm, is I own a coaching consulting company called CPA Marketing Genius. And I do this kind of stuff that I enjoy as well, sharing the message with fellow practitioners on how they can transform their own practice so they don't have to do it the hard way. So yeah, that's just a quick synopsis about me. World tour, many different countries, many different memories that we had. This picture here that you see on the camels, this was one of the best sunsets that I've ever seen in my life. We were there at about 6 p.m. and the tour guide that took us at this spot right on the mountain, and it was the most gorgeous sunset. So that picture is very memorable. But yeah, we were in Morocco and Egypt and Asia and so forth. It's very, very enjoyable. And then the last decade plus been working with, these are CPAs. These are people like you that own an accounting firm and that I've had the pleasure of working with. And I want to share with you 2 case studies, and there's a powerful message that I want everyone to pay attention to. The first case study is Jim. Jim's been at it for a number of years, and you see the before, right? On the slide on your left, you'll see the before, and then we'll talk about the after. So Jim's been at it for some 14 years or so. He's built a practice with revenues of $419,000. You see that, right? 220 personal clients at 400, 82 clients at 3,800. So the total is 419,600. Net income is 128,000. Now, you see those bullets there on the left, right? There's not enough money. There's not enough dollars to hire a manager. And Jim is working very hard, 50 to 80-hour weeks, and some weeks during tax season, he was like getting to like 110 hours, 120 hours to keep up with all the work. And it was a grind. It was leading to stress and burnout. So check out now the after, right? So from 220 personal returns after 14 months working together, brought it down to 200 personal tax returns at $450. So from 400, we went to 450, lost 20 clients in that process. However, you will see that the overall result is pretty amazing, right? If 75 businesses at 5,200, so we took the ones that were at 3,800, got them to 5,200, and then 12 high value clients. HVC stands for high value clients at an average of 12.5. That's $150,000. And then other consulting kind of work was 25,000. Total revenues is 655, and his net income more than doubles. From 128, it goes to 266. Now he's got the money to hire a manager. He's working 40 to 50-hour weeks, which works for Jim, right? That's the kind of lifestyle. He likes the work, he enjoys the work, but he wants to have a life as well, right? So two important things here: fees, increasing the fees from 400 to 450 and so forth, right? Being okay with losing some clients and then attracting high value clients, right? So there were a few strategies at play here to get Jim to a high number. And this is after 14 months. And when you start getting this kind of growth and success, yeah, it doesn't stop there, right? We continue that journey of getting from 655 and on, and profits, net income increasing as well. Now, the next case study I want to share with you is somebody who is doing bigger numbers. Her name is Susan, started working a few years back. And similar situation, take a look at the before. I mean, this is a practice that's almost grossing 800K, right? Little north of 750. Lots of personal tax returns, lots of businesses. Total revenue is that, net income is 226. And then there wasn't enough money to hire a manager, working long and hard, and it was leading to stress and burnout. After 18 months, right? Make note of the personal tax return fee, right? From 375, we go to 450. Businesses, we go from 5,800 to an average fee of 7,100, and then signing up 23 high value clients. And total revenue goes over seven figures with a net income of $518,000. So it's a very, once we change the financial dynamics, it changes the whole practice, right? There's money to hire a manager. Susan's working more reasonable hours, and she's enjoying her practice again, right? So key things: fees, increased it. Number two, being okay with losing a few clients, right? And number three is then signing up the high value clients. This is a practice, transformation worksheet. I see there's a typo in the header, and then transformation's got two N's at the end. Don't mind it, please. But this is a practice transformation worksheet. Like Jim and like Susan, the case study I showed you, you can use this. You'll have access to this PowerPoint. Where are you at now? Kind of get that in. Don't overthink it. Just look at your financials, your P&L, get the numbers in, and where do you want to be 12 months from now? And that's a great start of becoming clear. All right, this is kind of where I'm at. This is where I want to be in terms of personal taxes, in terms of business taxes, accounting services, and so forth. So this is a very nice visual. I share it with you as a visual here, and I'll give you, in a moment, I'll share with you how you can get a PDF of this as well. But this is a comment I recently came across by Steve Maraboli. It says, letting go means to come to the realization that some people are a part of your history, but not a part of your destiny. I think these are very powerful words, right? Realizing that we may have some clients and we worked with them, in some way, shape, or form, and they were part of and they're part of our history, but they don't have to be the ones that we work with in the future. So we must let go of unprofitable clients in order to make space for future success and growth. All right, let me share with you an opportunity. Actually, let me share with you this, because it's really a powerful system here. It's called the Client ROI Accelerator System that created some 7-8 years back. There are 5 steps for higher income and less stress, right? When you've got a pool of clients like Jim did, or Susan did, right? You want to review them and analyze client profitability. So that's the first, number one. You start there. It's like, who are my clients? How profitable? What's the profitability of these clients? Number two is you define your ideal client criteria. In a moment, I'll share with you what mine is in my firm. So you become clear about who is it that you want to work with. Number three is you conduct a performance assessment, and you say, all right, this one's great, this one's great, this one's good, good. Oh, this one, man, what a pain in the neck, and they don't pay me enough. And this one here, oh my goodness, this is such a stress. This client gives me so much stress and agony. I wish I didn't have him as a client, and so forth, right? Probably more clients you have that are good, and then there's some, if you do the 80-20 rule, yeah, 80% of your clients are fine, and then those are 20%. Those are the ones that you're just like, man, I wish I didn't have them as a client. And you don't have to go with 20%. You can go with 5%. You can go with 10%, right? Start there. And so conduct a performance assessment in number 3, and you'll find out, all right, these 7, these 15, this whatever number of clients shouldn't be on my client roster, right? And number 4 is you communicate and renegotiate with the ones you want to keep out of the ones that are not profitable. And then number 5 is you have a graceful client termination. Now, having talked to so many firm owners, like, this is an important exercise that will really open up doors for you. It will create space, it will create capacity, not only the mental capacity and the people that take up a lot of our energy, the people that we don't like. Yeah, and more so than the people that we like. The ones that are harmful are the ones that take up a lot of energy. Not only mentally, but profitability as well. And so I felt that this would be a good exercise. If anyone here, folks want to take me up on it, it's a practice transformation session. We'll quickly look at your client list, and I'll help you and coach you in a very short amount of time how to get the clients you have and then get some of them out of the door. Then I'll share with you ideas on how to bring in the new clients. So we'll talk about implementation of that as well. So it's a short, quick, fast-paced call, one-on-one with me. And here's the link to the calendar. So I make it very it's good for those of you who are in practice and so forth, who wanna, who gonna benefit, who wanna kind of do this exercise with somebody who's done it multiple times. Yeah, if that's you, there's nothing to sell. Take me up on this, and would love to get to know you and kind of help you through it. And when
Hey,
you do
Salim.
that, yeah.
Yes, I've just to the audience, I've dropped that link in the chat as well as a questions box for everybody in case they want to get in touch with you as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Super.
Mhm.
Cool.
You're
Beautiful.
welcome.
Thanks, Chris.
Sure
Appreciate
thing.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think there's only like 8 spots or something. My teammate Edna says, Salim, how many do you want to open? I'm like, all right, I want to be gracious about it, but I don't want to open up my whole week. So we've opened up 8. I think there's about 8 when you go to the thing. So grab one. If you're one of those, grab one. And by the way, when you schedule it, we'll send you a free copy of the worksheet. So you'll get that as a fillable thing. So then we'll be ready. We'll just dive deep right in when we are on the call. All right, super. So now I want to talk about client flow, how to grow with new high value clients. Shared with you a couple of case studies, the practice transformation worksheet of where you're at, where you want to go, and you've made some room, some capacity, you build some capacity, you bring in high value clients. Let's talk about some strategies to do that. Now, when you don't have a system in place where you're bringing in high value clients, your practice is not growing. You're spending money on marketing that's not working. Your firm never reaches its true potential. Now, when you get this right, when you get client flow right, and you're bringing in a consistent stream of new clients in the door, your practice is growing with high value clients, your marketing is working using today's marketing tools, and your firm reaches its true potential. And when we talk about high value clients, we're talking about annual fees between $10,300 and $43,000. Lifetime value is 6 figures and upwards. So this is how much the client is going to pay you over the life of the relationship with you. And when you have it's 10,300 times 10, average number of years that a client's going to be with a firm, right? And many times it's in excess of that. So it's 103,000 and higher in that. So these are the service packages. How did I come up with those numbers? Right here in front of you. So what I'm sharing with you is stuff that I'm using in my own accounting firm, Straight Talk CPAs. So we've got 3 packages, and you can check it out on the website as well. Signature, It's 150 a week times 52 weeks. You can kind of see it right there. Total 10,300. You got the premium package, and then you got the executive package, right? And if I go back to the previous slide, like look at these numbers, right? 10,300, 18,000, and I'll go to the previous slide, and you'll see that's the annual fees that I shared with you, right? This is the annual fees that you're getting from business clients. And I used the acronym before, MRR. This is monthly recurring revenues. So you're getting clients that are paying you on a monthly basis their fees, equating to annual fees of the amounts that I showed here. So I want to get this out of, I don't want this to stand in your way. And there's 5 common myths that I've heard practice owners say to me over the years, and I've interacted with many of you, like thousands of you over the last decade. Like these 5 come up quite often, and people will say to themselves, they'll talk themselves out of it. No, I can't do this. This won't work for me. And I'll share with you what those are, what those myths are. These are things in the mind, but they may not be really real. They may not be really true. When looked at it. But before we do that, this is our second polling question that's right on your screen.
Alrighty, folks, poll 2 is now active on your screens. What stage are you at now? Looking to grow or looking to slow down? Make your choices now, and this poll is indeed active for 60 seconds. You do have a question here as well, Salim. The question is, what does it mean raising your price to attract a high value client?
Yeah, great question, Cheyenne. I'm going to address that actually. I think in the slides coming up, and it's going to start fitting in for you. So thank you for asking that. I hope to cover it in the next few slides.
Indeed. And we'll close this poll down, folks, in 15 more seconds. Continue making your choices.
So these are folks that are answering. I guess everyone can answer. I mean, even if you're in, yeah, this is a polling question. But I'm assuming the folks that are looking to grow, you have your own accounting firm and you're looking to grow. Or if you're in your own career, I guess you're looking to grow as well, right?
Absolutely. We'll close down poll number 2, folks, in 3, 2, and 1. Closing and sharing. And Salim, it looks like the majority at 68% are saying they are looking to grow, which is good news. So back over to you.
Yeah, that's great. 2/3 of the room wants to grow, and 1/3 wants to slow down. And both good, right? It's where you are in your state in your life, what stage you're at in your life. All right, cool. So I promised you guys 5 common myths that I hear when it comes to attracting high value clients. So let's go there. Number 1, first myth. First myth is that there are not many high value clients. They are mostly low value clients. And so people will say in my city or in my town or in my area, there are not that many HVCs. Folks, remember HVC stands for high value client. LVC stands for low value clients. And I'll tell you that there are millions of businesses in the country with revenues of $500,000 to $10 million. And in your local area, there are probably tens of thousands of businesses that fit, that are of that size, because a high value client cannot be a micro business, right? It has to be a business that's generating revenues kind of that, or maybe it's $400,000 a year, but they want to grow. So there are millions of businesses with that revenues that can be your prospective client. That can become your client. Now, the second bullet is you don't need that many. You don't need all that many clients that are going to drive you crazy, maintaining 400 or 600, 700, doing those types of numbers when it comes to tax returns. That's a lot of clients' relationships to manage. Lots of people having different kinds of things that are coming up. And with high value clients, you don't need that many. And here's the numbers. 34 business clients at 15,000 average, right? So in my case, in my practice, it's 10,300 is my signature package, and then 43,000 is the executive package. The average, when you look at all combined, is about 15,000. If that's kind of you, that's going to be 34 business clients at 15,000 gets you revenues of 500K, and then with a certain net profit. So you don't need all that many. 67 gets you revenues of 1 million and net profit of 500,000, and you can see the math for the other numbers. The point being, you don't need that many, and they are high value clients in your local area. So that's myth number one. They are there, folks. And later on, I'll share with you how to become visible to them, how to find them, right? How to be there so that they find you as well. So we don't need that many of them, number one. Myth number two, and I've heard this so many times, I don't have the skills. There's nothing unique. There's nothing special about me, an accountant firm owner is going to say. And I'm going to tell you that you do have the skills. You probably, most likely, if you're on this training, you have a college education, you've got an accounting background, you a good chance you're a CPA or you're an enrolled agent. So you've got the skills, got the education and experience to back it up because you work with so many different types of clients in different situations. So you bring a wealth of knowledge, right? Skill, experience, knowledge to the table. And the value add that you bring to a business owner, to your high value client, is you become their sounding board. You become their sounding board because I heard this statement, this one liner, the entrepreneur is the loneliest person on earth. I don't know if you can identify that, for yourself, because we can't have this conversation about talking about our business with our clients, with our employees. We can't have that, a business owner that cannot have that conversation. The spouse is tired of having that conversation. So we as their accountant, as their accounting firm, can be their sounding board, be their confidant. And we built a relationship where we ask questions, we listen, we clarify what we heard, and we use common sense. All through that process, we are using real numbers. We are using financial data. Numbers don't lie. And numbers tell a story. And we use this simple tool that we are blessed with, a financial statement, a P&L and a balance sheet, a statement of cash flows if you want to go there, right? Those are your ammunition. That's in your toolbox. You have a conversation with your clients, your high value clients, using those tools. And so the number, the conversation is about, hey, what's happened, what transpired, and where you want to go, right? So you do have the skills, and you are unique, and you are every person in this room here, there's a few hundred of you, and is unique, is different. And so don't undervalue yourself and say, no, I'm going to play it small. I'm going to play with the small people, the low value clients. Hey, you can play with the high value clients. Number three, I don't have the team in place. Low value clients require compliance. High value clients require two things: compliance and advice, right? So your current team can provide the compliance. You, as the CEO, as a practice owner, with your skills and experience and background, you provide the advice. And high value clients will provide you the cash flow to upgrade your team, hiring, training, getting your team performing at a higher level. So the solution becomes high value clients. Client flow is an important component in changing in transforming the firm. Number four, high value clients will consume a lot of my time. I'm already busy. And so we talked about that. Identify the bottom 10% of the clients, let them go, replace them with one high value client, repeat the process. High value clients take lesser time to service than low value clients because there is an important component in that service package, in that service model, which is advice, right? Which is strategic, which is once a quarter or once a month for an hour. So it's not, it's very profitable. Okay, number five, I don't know where to find them. So the simple answer to overcoming that myth is most firms already have them in their client roster. Yeah, if you have a practice and you have a client, already have clients, more likelihood there is a certain number of them that are there. And you upgrade these clients to high value clients. Bundle your services into a service package. We're not going to go into that today, lack of time. um, and you uncover 20% of additional revenues in any firm, right? So if it's a practice that's doing $500,000, 20% of that, you've got about $100,000 in creating higher value with those clients, right? And then you attract new ones online, right? So this is how you go about finding them. So let's spend now the next 20 minutes or so how to find them. Yeah. And let's define first who is a high value client. Like, what does a high value client even mean, right? We talked about the kind of the revenues, but I've really, and this is, a high value client, that a client avatar that we have in my firm. And I want to give you all the different layers of this, describing this client in different ways. First, from a demographic standpoint. So $1 million in revenues, and his name is Chris. He's 7 years in business, 7 employees, 44 years old, married with 3 kids. And then we get into some of the psychographics of who Chris is. He's very entrepreneurial. He's driven. He's a hard worker. Wants to make a difference, right? Wants to make a difference. Wants to do it the right way. Using his business, doesn't want to cheat Uncle Sam, but he doesn't want to pay too much taxes either. He wants to do what's right. And these are the problems he's currently facing with his accounting firm. He's not getting the financial guidance to maximize his revenues, profits. He's paying high taxes. He's not getting the help with retirement planning. He wants to exit out in 10 years, doesn't have an exit plan, has no clue what that is and how his business is going to evolve to do that. He's working long hours, and his quality of life is affected by all that. So this is like how we have described our high value client. This is the type of client that we love working with. So now we know who it is, who that high value client is, and for you it may be different things. So kind of create your high value client, your client avatar, using Chris as an example. So next slide is, I want to share with you 2 ways to stand out, 2 ways to get noticed and begin attracting pre-sold clients. And I call it the authority snowball effect. And I see lots of practice owners missing this. And they're saying it's the myth that they're not there, or their clients are cheap and they want to pay the least amount in dollars. But I think I need to go back, and I want to address, maybe Chayan's question is best addressed here. So Chris is in the signature package. He started the first year in our signature package, paying fees of $10,300. He was paying his accountant like $5,000, I think like $4,500. Came to us and it's $10,300. So Chris is in need. He wants somebody who's going to help him take his business from where it is to where he wants to go, right? And he's going to pay accounting fees of $5,000 or $6,000 higher in that first year. And for Chris, that is more valuable. If a firm can help him take his business from where he is, and there's a plan, and this firm is meeting with him on a regular basis and looking, and they have financial statements, accurate financial statements, and they're having a healthy dialogue once a quarter, this is what Chris is looking for. So high value client is willing to pay that fees. And this is the opportunity for those of us who see it. If you're playing, in compliance, if you're just playing in that compliance space, and if you see this opportunity of bringing in more value to folks like a Chris, then you're going to be just the right fit, and he's going to say, yeah, I want to work together, right? So high value clients, they want more value, and the way to do that is helping the client get to where they want, helping them with their problems. So 2 ways to stand out and get noticed and begin attracting clients like Chris. This is another case study. Andrea, we started working together last year. She came to me. She's in Fort Worth, Texas, has a team of 10, amazing CPA. amazing practice, just a great thing that she's built. But she wanted to attract higher value clients, and her website was not like zero, was not generated. Everything was coming from word of mouth. Like, she'd been in practice for many years, so she had built the connections, right? And her practice was growing. It was through that. And it's like, man, Andrea, you're like missing out on a big opportunity. So first we got her website. Yeah, we positioned her through through an amazing website, a designer website, got the right messaging, and opened it up to the world. And here's the comment that she shared. And just look at the bold one. Just 1 week later, after we kind of launched her website, she had 3 new signed clients from the website who engaged her services. Like, every day she's getting leads reaching out on her website saying, yep, Andrea, I'm new to the area. I'm looking for another accountant. So many different scenarios that come up. I need help, right? And she's able to, this was after the first week, and this was a year back, but that's continued. That momentum has continued, and she's now well over 7 figures in revenues. And that doesn't have to be necessarily the goal, right? I mean, you can be doing 300 and you just want to get to 600, or you want to get to 800. But some of you guys want to get to 1 million, and this is all different way. This is a good way. What I'm sharing with you, wherever you are and you want to grow, having, number one, this website is super important. It's the first place where someone's going to go. Even if they're from a referral, they're going to search Google for your name, and they're going to visit your website before they ever contact you. Like, this is even a referral. They're going to go to your website first, and they're not going to call your office blind. So it is your most important marketing asset. It must convey trust. It should become you had me at hello thing. When they come on your website, you want them to like say, wow, this is something, and they stay on it. They start engaging with you. They start reading reading the different things that you have on the website, and they get to know you even before you met them, right? You have the website doing that heavy lifting work of letting them know what you're about. And that's what the beauty is. So when you meet with them, they're ready to sign up, right? These are just very quickly, you guys can read some of the comments that my firm has received from our website. Straight Talk CPAs, I went through your website. I'm impressed, would like to see if we can work together. So these are like, I use the word pre-sold, right? Somebody comes on a website, they're cold in most cases, and they go through it and they say, oh, wow, pretty cool. And when they meet with you, they're like kind of ready to sign up for your services. All right, so I want to share with you a few important things when it comes to a website. And it's a 12-point checklist. I'm going to go through this pretty fast, but this is going to be a good resource for you, right? There's 12 things. There's many. There's like a 100-point checklist that we go through internally when we're helping a CPA firm design a new website. I just want to give you like the 12 most important ones, okay? So first, I'll cover the ones in green. I'm going to quickly show them to you on a slide. So I took a picture of my homepage. I'm going to just show you my website, Straight Talk CPAs. I'm going to point out 4 things for you. The headline, the primary CTA is call to action, and then the struggles, and then the results. Like, what do I mean by these things? I'll point them out to you on the homepage of my website, which is right here. So the headline is when you have somebody come on your website and they come on the homepage, you want them to know within a few seconds, who are you and what are you about? So in my case, it's virtual CPA services that help entrepreneurial businesses thrive. So that's my background picture, a very young version of me a number of years back without the beard and so forth, but I digress. So the headline is number 1, right? Within a few seconds, you want your visitor to your website say, know what this is. Okay, we provide CPA services. We help entrepreneurial businesses thrive. So headline's important. Second thing is a call to action, your primary call to action. And you see that in the blue bar. Everyone see that? It says schedule a free strategy session today. So we've got that. We've got to contact us as well. So make it easy for the person to schedule a meeting. Third thing I want to share with you is the 3 things that you see right under the blue bar. And these 3 things are the results that you provide to your clients. Like, what are the 3 things, the 3 biggest things the three biggest benefits you give to your clients. Because the reason they're hiring you, the reason they hire my firm is they've got a problem and they want a result. And so in my case, we just point out and say three benefits, three results somebody gets when they work with my firm. Number one, you see that right under the blue bar, increase profits and maximize business value. Number two, minimize taxes. And number three is eliminate accounting and financial headaches. So that's the three results that they get. So you want to kind of do that, your version of that. And then you see the bullets there, about 8 or so. Do you struggle with paying too much in taxes, stagnant profits? So this is where the visitor to this website like starts resonating, saying, yeah, you know what, I am paying too much in taxes. You know what, my profits have been stagnant. You know what, I'm feeling overworked. And so you're starting to connect with the visitor at that emotional level. I mean, they're on your website for a reason, right? They've got some problems. And when you're connecting with them, they're like, man, you're talking to me. You're talking to them directly. So those are the few things that I wanted to share with you on the homepage. And then next slide is sharing with you three more things. Unique approach, social proof, and next steps. Let me point them out to you on the homepage of the Straight Talk website. So Straight Talk secret sauce. This is our unique approach. What makes us different? How are we able to give the results we are able to give our clients when their current accounting firm or other accounting firms have told them that they'll give them results and they did not get the results? So we gotta really prove how we are able to give the clients how are we able to give clients results. And so this section here on the homepage gives the client the proof so they can substantiates the promise being made. I'm going to give you these results, and this is the reason why we're able to do that. When we call it the Straight Talk trifecta, every accounting firm has the opportunity to and needs to build this so that you've got prospects that are coming on your website and say, all right, I see how you're able to give results. This is what you do. So it's called the straight, in our case, it's the Straight Talk trifecta. And then I want to share with you, this is social proof. This is what other clients are saying about your firm. So you want to have a place on the homepage where you're sharing with the visitor social proof. And then the final thing I want to share with you on the website is next steps, right? So somebody's on your website and you give them the strategy session, but they're like, all right, what happens when I do the strategy session or I have a consultation with you? And you are clarifying for them. You're taking any anxiety out for them. It's saying, all right, 4 simple steps. We'll, book a free consultation. We get to know each other. We'll agree on the perfect services package, and then we'll celebrate your success, which is results. We'll give you results and we'll celebrate. And everybody loves getting results and the celebration that comes after that, right? So next steps is 4 simple steps to take it further. And so this is a kind of the 12-point checklist that I just shared with you here. All right, we have a polling question.
Poll question number 3, folks, is live and active on your screens. Your firm's website is modern, conveys trust, and makes your firm stand out. Make your choices now, folks, and this poll is indeed active for 60 seconds.
All right, while people are answering, if you've already answered, I'd love to hear from you. What's been most insightful? What's resonated? Like, what's the one thing that's resonated with you? Take a few seconds and share that in the questions pane. Not a polling question. It's just getting to hear from you. What's sitting with you?
Closing down poll 3 for you, Salim, in 3, 2, and 1. And we do have 40% of the attendees scoring 5 to 7. It is average. It incorporates just a few of those points. So back over to you. And folks, don't forget to put your feedback in the questions pane here as well for Salim. Back over to you.
Awesome, great. So yeah, 3/4 of the room saying their website 7 or under. So yeah, this is for you to know for yourself. It is the number 1 most important marketing asset. So it starts with having that website. And now when you're designing a website, I want to share with you a few important things on how to optimize the website, how to build it. Yeah, this is under the hood kind of stuff, right? So that the website is really optimized from a technical standpoint. And so there are four things. There are simple tweaks to instantly improve new lead flow by 25% or more. Number one, it's fixing meta title and description, having the right keywords, internal linking, and optimizing page speed. Like, you don't need to become SEO experts, but I'm just going to point out at a very high level, just so that you know when you're working with someone what those are. So meta title and description is essentially is these are elements that provide information about your web page to search engine, right? By optimizing these elements, you increase the visibility. And when your meta title and description reflect the content of your web page, then you're going to rank higher. I think I have an example to show you. Next slide here. Meta title, right? Trusted CPA firm for business accounting and tax services. And then the description, looking for professional accounting and tax services for your business. Then your name, company name, firm name. Is a trusted CPA firm specializing in comprehensive, right? So it gives a description. It lets, it works in the background, and it gives a description of about what that content on that page is. And if the meta title and the meta description is not aligned to that content, then the search engine, your page won't, your website won't rank higher. So that's the first thing. Second thing is you want to have the right keywords. So you want to strategically incorporate relevant keywords throughout your content, right? And this improves your visibility. And I see so many websites, they've created a website that was done many years back, doesn't work anymore. They don't have, just like some of the things that I'm sharing with you. So this is just good stuff for you to know that you can do something about. Having the right keywords is important. And this is a good example here, actually, of doing it the right way, or targeting the right keywords or targeting the wrong keywords. So the first example on the top, our CPA firm specializes in business accounting and tax services. Like this CPA firm, those are the services it provides. Now, if you provide that service, you want to have the stuff in green. And you don't want to have words like retirement planning and budgeting assistance and financial. And I've seen this over and over again, where a CPA firm is providing us a set of services, and then the keywords that they're targeting are just not the right ones. And now you're bringing in traffic. You're bringing in traffic to the wrong words, and then you're going to end up on page 3 or 4 or 5 of Google, and no one goes to those. Like, you're spending money trying to, making an effort, but it's an effort that's not getting you the results that you want. So having the right keywords is super important. And then I love this one, internal linking. So it's links on one page on your website that take you to another place on your website. So yeah, here's a paragraph that's on a website, and the blue stuff is internal links. When you click on that blue stuff, it'll take you to the comprehensive guide to tax deduction, and then you click on the articles and expense management. And if you click on that, it takes you to the blog section. So there's like pages are speaking. Yeah, there's linking happening. There's communication within the website. There's flow within the website. So internal linking is super important. And then this one, it can be an easy fix, optimizing page speed, because it's like the low-hanging fruit for so many folks. Websites that load quickly are more likely to rank higher than the ones that are not. And this is a tool right here you guys can use to see what the speed is for your website. And so if it's low, then right there, people are not, they're abandoning your website. They're not gonna hang in there. So while you're designing your website, make sure like you've got these 4 critically important things that I just shared with you. Now you've got a website, an amazing website. It's got the right messaging. It's got the 12-point checklist that I shared with you. It was designed with the important stuff in mind, under the hood. Yeah, the stuff that really tweaked, everything tweaked, so it's optimized. Now you want to bring in the traffic. You want to bring in the leads, right? And the objective is to be right there on the top. So when somebody searches for business accounting services, Marlboro, New Jersey, right? Then that's my firm there, Straight Talk CPAs. That's the goal. So you want to be there. Somebody's searching for that, you're coming up right there. And when you're coming up right there, there is a good chance that that person is going to click on your website right there. Yeah. And if you're coming up on the next page or the third page or the 10th page, like no one's coming on your website. So you're missing out on the traffic. You're missing out on leads, people that are looking for your service, but they're not finding you. And so you maximize your impressions, and that's the goal, is making your website now visible. And these are some of the things to do when it comes to online traffic and then paid traffic, right? Organic is my favorite. We start there, doing the offsite link building, bringing, getting your URL, getting articles everywhere in cyberspace, on the web, everything linking to you. So there's traffic coming from you. People are finding you, right? Through offsite link building, content marketing, social media, YouTube, Google My Business, citations. And then once you've got organic working for you and you've got this consistent stream of leads coming in, traffic coming in, people scheduling meetings with you, then you go into paid traffic, which is Google ads, Facebook ads, and YouTube ads. So I'm not going to go much deeper than that because I feel that covered it. So I'm just going to proceed on with a few slides. So much to this, of course. Let's see. All right, cool. Let's do a polling question, Chris.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead right now and launch poll 4 of 4 folks. How many qualified leads do you receive per week? Make your choices now, folks, and this is active for another 60.
Folks, if you've already answered the question, the polling question, feel free to share in the questions pane. What's been the one thing that's resonated with you? What's the one thing that's made you think like, yeah, this is something I want to do?
15 more seconds left on this poll, folks. And so then we'll close this down in 3, 2, and 1. Closing poll 4, folks. Looks like this time we have 76% of the attendees saying less than 3. So back over to you.
Okay, got it. Cool. Thanks, Chris. All right, we are coming close to finishing up here. Let's see. So yeah, this is the recap of everything we talked about: common myths, how simple methods to attract consistent stream of high value clients, 2 case studies, Jim and Susan, on how they've tweaked certain things, the fees, and started attracting high value clients, the authority snowball effect, how to get noticed to your website, how to design it, and then things you can do, changes you can make to your website, and that. So I want to just spend we've got a couple of minutes, and I want to, it's just good time to, I'll address a couple of questions, Mike, yours, Lysandra, and so forth. For those of you who want to take me up on the practice transformation, the meeting, where is it? Right here, the practice transformation worksheet. We'll go through this worksheet with you. I'll go through this with you together. We'll send you the PDF. We'll go through this. It's a short call, as I said, just to help you out, create capacity, and then attract high value clients. If that's you, use the link that Chris has put in the chat thing. And then the question from Mike here: do you have a physical office or just a virtual office? Mike, great question. We had a physical office for the last 25 years. 2.5 months back, we went to a virtual setting. So now we've got a distributed team. We've had a distributed team for a good number of years, everywhere in the country, the world, and now we don't have an office. It feels great. Lysandra saying that you're correct. That undervalued my skill set and why clients value my services. Most do. Most practice owners, they undervalue themselves, and it's important to kind of take a step back and reestablish that the value. Sometimes it's meeting with a client and reestablishing the value that you bring to them. And there's a bigger chance when we to bring that value with business clients, but we can do the same with personal tax clients as well, because at the end of the day they're looking for somebody who's going to be their financial tax quarterback, and it can be you. Chris, I think we are on the hour here, so this was so good. Lots of great comments and questions from folks. Enjoyed it.
Agreed, and we enjoyed you as well. So many good comments, such valuable feedback given to you today as well, and your course was phenomenal as always. Well, folks, we here at CPA Academy are going to wrap things up as well. Your credit will be processed today and will be available within approximately 24 hours. Also, please check your inbox right now and fill out the full webinar evaluation. Thanks again to Salim Omar for a fabulous presentation. And to all of you, the attendees, for coming in and spending time with us today. We do indeed look forward to seeing everyone on future webinars, and please have a wonderful rest of your day.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Bye.